I think we should
So
get
hi,
started now, yeah? So other people can join.
yes,
So let's get started. So good morning, good afternoon once again. Well, this initiative regarding which you've been invited to see a demo is a very, very important initiative for mid-market business. This is currently being launched in the international theater, but it is likely that it's going to be launched globally. Um, and today's session is just one piece of the Centrum program. So we're going to show you Sanju, Sumit, Imperium, GS Labs. The team is going to show you how the demos look like. But there is a lot more that is coming. We are doing road shows in many countries. So the people on this call today, I think all of them are going to see roadshow in their local cities and countries launch happening for Centrum. So besides this demo session, we are also going to do knowledge transfer sessions on the solution, the strategy, the logistics, how we are going to take Centrum to the channel partners and to the customers. There are a number of marketing activities planned. We are also creating a lot of collateral and sales tools like videos, brochures, presentations, emails, and so on. And we will be sharing those with you. The objective is that once we launch it, actually even before launching, you all should be enabled to do the launches and delivery of the Centrum program in your respective countries by yourselves without depending on the central team. So this is one step in a series of knowledge transfer sessions to you guys, and then we'll expect you guys to take it to your expanded team and to your channel partners. Okay, so with this, I will hand it over back to Sanju, Sumit, and the team. And I expect that after this session, you're going to try using the demos by yourselves, play with them, be comfortable with them. And after that, when we invite you for knowledge transfer sessions on the other material that you attend and keep disseminating the information and knowledge to the rest of the teams and to the channel partners. Thank you very much. Welcome again. Over to you, Sanju.
thank you so much, Khalid. Team, thank you so much for joining in. So let me set the flow for today's agenda, today's call. So in this call, we have our partner team, both Imperium and GS Labs, who have helped us to develop these packages as part of Centrum launch. And during this event or Centrum launch events across the theater, we will be demonstrating. There will be half-an-hour session where we will be demonstrating these packages live to the audience. So as part of this demo session, we will have mainly two demos, three demos in fact. So out of that, the two main demos will be demonstrated today, and the third one is a Houdini app, which is again an offline application demo, which I'll be sharing a video of the demo session shortly with you guys. But today we will be having GS Labs presenting initially the fleet management application, which is again the good thing is that it is been hosted in our Dubai CBC demo center. And follow to that, I would invite Imperium team to demonstrate the healthcare package, which is again, which is a part of the Centrum packages as well. So with this, let me invite Alok. Whether you have any inputs before we invite the team?
No, Sanju, I think you said the floor very well. The whole idea is not just basically to a Centrum launch, but also kind of create a behavior within our community itself that to be able to demo the latest and greatest, which is being hosted on a central facility itself, which positively, if you really think, is going to take off a hell of a lot of a load from you all, where you're managing your own EBC and CBC systems individually. That load is going to be taken off now by having it hosted centrally itself. And do make it a part of your usual customer visits if they're going to join in for some, let's say, UC discussion or CC discussion. Do show them these new value add packages as well to draw their attention, and then try and do some more upselling. So let's get ready. In fact, all these packages are very easy to demo. They're all very simplified in terms of a story, and I'm sure Alok and Mani, they're going to do a great job during this demonstration in a story flow. So we'll follow the same flow and attitude to be able to make it easy also for the partners who are going to attend the Centrum launch events. Right? All the best, and let's get started. Over to you, Alok. Thank you.
Hi, Alok here. Good day, everyone. So I am from the development team at GS Lab, and I will be demonstrating you the fleet management application first. So to start the demo, I will start sharing my screen. And to be fair with everyone, I think some of you might have seen this demo previously, or some of you might have seen the JITEC 2017 version of this application. Now we have a full-fledged product for the same, where we have customer, driver, and administrative mobile applications, which are ready to be deployed at customer premise. I hope everyone can see my screen, right?
Yes, Alok.
Okay. So what I have done here is I have used a Vysor application. It's a Vysor Chrome.
Sorry, Alok, your sound is echoing. Can you bring the mic close to you?
Is this any better?
Yeah, maybe slightly better. I think it's the room in which you are, the sound is echoing, but it's okay.
Okay, just a moment. Is this better?
Yes, Alok. I think you have to mute one speaker. Yeah. Now it's. No,
Okay,
you
I
can
hope it
mute.
is better now.
Yes.
Okay, so I am using this extension called Vysor. It is basically for connecting your mobile device to your computer. So if you see over here, I have an actual phone which is connected via USB cable to my computer, and I am using this Vysor extension to find that device. And I will allow this mobile device to be accessed from my Vysor. So this is my phone that you can see over here right now. So I have three applications over here on the same phone. This is done so as like we can have three applications on three different phones, and you can have the three applications on the same phone as well. So it doesn't matter. So using one phone for giving the demo is enough. I'll be demoing across the three applications on the same phone today. So basically the idea behind this application is so it's similar to Uber application. Only difference is that it is for enterprise. So we have an administrator in between who is going to control the trips. So if any customer is booking a trip, that trip will go through a admin approval, and admin will assign a available driver for that trip. So let's quickly jump into the flow. I will launch the customer application, and I think you all will be getting demo accounts for this usage. So what I'll do is I'll use the first account out of these accounts. So I'll use this customer account, FM customer 1, to log into the application. So as soon as you launch the application, you go into the application, you straight away navigate to your current location where you are currently located. So we'll pause the customer over here. I will go to the administrative application. I launch the administrative application. Now I will use the credentials given here for the first account, first demo. So this is the administrative application. So any ride that the customer books for an immediate trip, that will be landed over here as part of the immediate trips. We have other sections as well, like scheduled trips, which is a trip scheduled for a future time, and one is the active trip. So all the ongoing rides will be listed over here. So I'll just move to the immediate section now. Now I'll pause this over here. I'll go to the driver application. Now I'll use the same demo account from this, which is FM driver 11. So for the customer and driver, we have to use the real Google accounts, because the idea is that customers will be using App Store or Play Store to download the application and will use their Google, Twitter or Facebook accounts to log in. So now here the fleet is basically managed by the enterprise. So they have their cabs at enterprise. Okay. So all these cabs are added to our solution right now. So for the first demo, I will be selecting this cab MS12AA1111. So once you log into the driver application, what you have to do is you have to just enter the cab name. So it will automatically be listed, or you have to just type in the number. It will get pre-populated, and you have to select that one, and you have to select the cab. So once you select the cab, the driver will be in a parked state. It will not be in an available state, because the cab needs to be approved by the administrator. So if you see in the notifications, the administrator got a request, vehicle change request for a driver. So administrator will go into that, and he can click on accept to accept the driver's cab change, and driver will get a notification that your cab change has been approved. So now driver needs to move into available state by clicking on available, so that he is now available to take trip bookings. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll go back to the customer application. There is by default a pickup point. You can click on the pickup, and then you can set a different pickup point as well. So let's say I use a default pickup point, and then I put a drop point. At the bottom of the screen, I have immediate booking. So I click on immediate because I want the immediate cab booking. As soon as the customer makes a request, the request goes to the administrator. So administrator gets the cab booking. I'll click on that notification. Administrator sees that, okay, customer wants to book a cab from Adisa Icon to Baner. He'll click on assign cab. So when giving demo, you have to make sure that the driver is in available state before assigning the cab. Okay. So when you click on assign cab, you will see the driver which is currently just nearby, because we are I'm giving demo from the same location. I click on assign job. As soon as you click on assign job, that request will be sent to the driver. Okay, so driver got a notification, trip has been allotted to you. Okay, so this is the driver application. Driver got the request, like he has a booking from Adisa Icon to Baner. He'll click on accept the booking. Once he accepts the booking, he'll see a card at the bottom with the customer details. He can tap on the customer to see the details, pickup point and drop point, and he also has an option to click on the customer icon to call the customer. So if I click on that, it will launch the phone app to call the customer. I'll just skip that. So he'll now basically navigate from his location to the customer location. So because this is a live application, like the driver will have to actually move from his point to the customer location if you want to see the live cab tracking. So for now, what I'll do is I'll click on start ride to start the ride. Once the trip starts, the customer as well as the administrator will get the corresponding notification that the trip has been started. Now I'll go back to the customer application. So customer can also see that okay, that the trip has been started now, and I can tap on the card over here at the bottom to see that estimated time to reach is 1 p.m. So it's currently 12:48. The estimated time to reach is 12 minutes. I can go back. Now I'll go to the administrator application. In the you can because the ride is active now, I can go into the active tab. I can select the card and I can see that okay, the trip is active. The start time is 12:49 p.m. The reaching time is 1 p.m. There is a GPS icon in the brown color. I'm clicking on that. This will navigate me to the live trip. So the administrator can also track the status of the live trip, where the driver is currently located. I'll go back. Now I'll navigate to the driver application. Because we do not have the live tracking to read from start point to end point as we are not going to move, I'll just end the trip over here. Before ending the trip, I'll just show one thing. There is a blue icon with the arrow at the right on the card. If I click on that, it will load the Google Maps with the route. So if the driver wants to use Google Maps to navigate from pickup point to drop point, he can just click on that so that he can get the guidance of the live location movement, traffic data, etc. I'll go back to the application. Now once the driver reaches the end point, he will click on end ride. As soon as the ride ends, the customer and the administrator will get the notification that the trip has ended. Now the driver can give a rating to the customer, or he can skip the rating, skip giving the rating, and he can also give the feedback for the customer. Similarly, if you go to the customer application, customer also gets the notification that the trip has ended, so you can rate the driver and then you can submit. So this was the trip flow, basic trip flow. Now if you go to the administrative application, there are certain sections like a report section. In the report section, you will see the data of all the trips that have occurred till now. So if you click on one report, you will see what was the pickup point, what was the drop point, who was the customer, who was the driver, what was the rating given by each, which was the cab used for that trip. All these details will be listed over here. You can also filter the reports based on the administrator name, customer name or driver name, and also based on the start and end date. So you can play around this when you get the mobile application. I will not go into the details right now. And there is a manage section where you have all the customers, you have the drivers, and you have the cabs. Okay, so here you can add any new driver or a customer, add any new customer or a new cab. Okay, so as of now the cabs have been added and even customers and drivers will be added, so you will not need to touch this section. But if you want to rename these customers or drivers to a more meaningful name, you can click on edit over here and you can change the names over here, so that while giving demos, it will you can have like more meaningful names. And also at the top you have a camera icon where you can click and you can choose a photo from the gallery or from the camera. Okay, and you can change the photo. So this is from the administrative application. Also there is one feature you can just tell to the people, you need not demo that administrator can also book cab on behalf of a customer. So customer may not, it will happen that customer may not have the mobile application installed on his phone, but customer calls up the company and he says that I want to book a cab from this location to that other location. So he can click on book cab and he can select one existing customer, or he can click on create at the bottom, the blue icon, blue plus icon. So he can create a new customer and then he can book a cab for that person. So I'll just show this. Now I'll select that user, and then just like the customer application, I can choose a pickup point, I can choose a drop point, and then click on immediate cab booking. Okay, so this is just for the demo, like if people ask that what if the customer does not have a mobile application, so this is the answer for that. Now because this is an enterprise, drivers can also change their cabs. So today one driver using one cab, tomorrow he might want to use different cab. So you can go onto the cab detail section, and here you can click on this, you can click on the cross icon and you can change the cab. That request will again be sent to the administrator to change the cab. Okay. So from the demo perspective, you don't need to change the cab. This is just again for the demo purpose, like you can just explain this to the people. Okay, so I think this is pretty much for the application from the demo perspective.
Alok, that's great. So far, excellent. Very clear. Just one question from the audience standpoint. Alok, it means only using one Android phone, the team will be able to demo all those three interfaces from one itself.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
And to switch between those roles, what will they have to do?
So basically they just have to, what they have to do is that they have 3 applications on their phone. So they just have to log in into each of the applications. So it's like you are using 3 different apps.
Alright, and then switch between
log
those
into them, and then you can switch by clicking on the recent apps. I can just switch between any of the 3.
Alright, got it. Perfect.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
Thank
And one point to be noted, even though we have different administrator users for the demo, right? If you are giving demos in parallel at the same time, you have to make sure that you use the same customer, driver and admin account. So because what will happen is like one trip booking that is being done by 2 will also come to admin 1, because there can be multiple administrators for the same enterprise. So that is why you have to make sure that once a cab booking comes, it's just for the same customer and driver that you are using for giving your demo.
Alok, sorry, if you can please be a bit elaborative, because I couldn't catch that point. You mean to say there are 2 demos happening, one in, let's say,
so imagine that there are 2 demos happening at the same time. We have customer 1 and customer 2. Okay. So at demo 1 there is customer 1, at demo 2 there is customer 2 logged in, and both send a request to book a cab. Okay. So I'll just show this on the application for simplicity. So I have a pickup point, I enter a drop point, and I say immediate, I just move this point, I say immediate cab booking. Now in the administrator application, in the immediate section, I see that there is one booking. Okay, so this is from customer Avaya 1, customer 1 Avaya. Now let's say in another demo, there is customer 2 who is trying to book a cab. Okay, so this administrator that I am using will also get that booking request in his list. Okay, but he can skip assigning a cab to that. He can just assign the cab to the customer he is using for giving demo. Okay.
Right, so he will
Are
only
you getting
accept,
this point?
yeah, so the demo one admin will only accept the job for that driver one
Yes,
demo, sorry,
perfect,
customer one
perfect.
demo.
Right, right. Yes. So
And
now
all
if
those,
I click on
yeah,
assign cab, if there are two demos running at the same time, then I will see driver 1, driver 2, driver 3, whatever, right? But I have to choose the driver that I am using. So because I am logged in on this phone with driver 1, okay, I have to assign one from here because it will be assigned to my driver. So if I click on assign job, this will be assigned to driver. So I'll just navigate to that driver application from recent apps. Okay, so now this driver got the request because I chose driver 1 in the admin app. Okay.
right, clear. And then Alok, for the second demo which is happening in parallel, will
Yeah.
we have to log in as admin 2 for that
Yes,
customer
yes,
2 and
yeah,
driver
right.
2?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the sake of simplicity, you can use a single all the demos, but it is for your simplicity that we have created different admin applications.
Perfect, clear. Thanks.
Okay. Any other questions we have over here?
So how are we going to manage the accounts? So will everybody get an individual account, or are we going to use some booking mechanism? What's the plan there?
So I think we have like 20 accounts, right? Some of them are not yet active. I think Sanju is working on these accounts, but 5 accounts are already in place, and I think 20 more accounts will be in place. So at one time you will be able to give 20 to 25 demos at the same time.
Yeah, Hans, maybe we'll try to maintain an online sheet which gets updated by the team. So whenever anyone is using an login, they can just update the status over there. So we'll try to keep an online sheet for that.
Or
Okay,
the alternate way could be to make it
one more
easier, we
practical
distribute.
question.
Sorry, Hans, please go ahead.
Yeah, there's one more practical question that we came up across, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday. If you try to use a Google account which is not done by yourself, they might ask you for a recovery phone number to verify the account, which we don't have, obviously. So we need to somehow manage that part as well. Just to explain what I mean, right? So we try to install the driver app, and then we used FM driver 22, I believe, and then Google was asking us for the verification phone number, which we don't have because somebody else assigned that account, so we couldn't continue with the setup. So we need to somehow manage that Google mechanism as well. Any ideas around that?
Here, do we have to really log in into Google account? Yes. We have.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Because see, the customer and driver application, they are like it's like different customers are going to download or different drivers are going to download the app from the app reality.
Right. So how about if I suggest something? Let's say since we're going to be having 20 different accounts, we allocate for each region, let's say a couple accounts, along with the email IDs and password and credentials. So you kind of that respective region manages those accounts. So at least we'll try and avoid conflict and also change the mobile numbers for those.
Yeah, I think that's a better plan, Human.
Okay, great. So we'll work out those logistics then.
So actually what you'll have to do is like imagine this sheet as the final sheet, right? So we can just have these ones removed, let's say, because the first 5 ones are active. Okay, so I'll just remove this. Okay.
Apologies
Okay,
if I
so
missed
basically
this.
what happens now is like each region can select which demo they are going to use. So you can distribute that demos, like one will have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, and you just fill the customer and driver Gmail username and password over here, and you make sure that the driver uses this vehicle, okay, according to the demo, so that there is no overlap. So each region decides which demo account to use. They fill in the customer and driver Gmail ID and passwords, and they select the vehicle on the cab details page. That vehicle. That's it. So just to again show that, I'll go to the driver application. I will log out. Okay, I have to end the ride to log out. Okay, so I will sign out. Now, when you, let's say you created a Google account and you log in via that account, right? So I'll use one of my personal accounts, let's say as a driver. So imagine this, that you have created as a driver account. Now, once authenticated, what you first is the sign up page where you just enter your number. Registration in progress. Now, first time what will happen is admin gets the authorization request. So you can, from the administrator application, what you do is admin gets that request. I launch the administrator application. In the approval section, I'll accept this. So this is one time registration that we can get it done for all users. And once the driver is approved, then driver can, what he can do is now, okay, this is the demo that I'm going to use. I'm going to use demo 6. I will put driver as whatever Gmail ID I had used, and then I will select this cab. So it is A543572. So I'll just enter 3572. Okay, I think I'll have to enter the entire Tesla. Okay, 3527. I just select that and I click select cab. Now this is the cab that I'll be used for demo 6. Okay. I hope this step is pretty clear.
Yeah. So that means there is no internal coding mapping required for these drivers and customers. Like we can dynamically change it based on this vehicle number and admin, right?
Yes. So what I suggest is that like each region can create a customer Google account and driver Google account and keep on using that. Okay.
Correct. So we will need to only give this admin and the demo number plus vehicle number to the respective regions so that they can create their own Gmail IDs and then they start using it. Okay.
Right. Yes, that is correct.
Can we actually change the location, or is the location fixed to India?
No, it is dynamic. So basically, based on your Google GPS location, you will be able to see that.
Good. Okay. Thank you.
So you are talking about the Google Map location, right?
Yes.
Yes. So it is completely GPS based. So if you are in Dubai, it will show Dubai, whatever. It will show your exact location.
Okay. Perfect.
Alok, one more question. Is there anything against people trying to create new vehicles as well, just playing around with the app? Or do they need to stick with these that you mentioned in the list?
Sorry, I missed the question.
I just was asking if we can also play around with the app and just add new vehicle types and new driver types, because this preset set of vehicles in there. I was wondering if it's okay to just play around with it.
You can add. As long as you can manage the demo, you can add more administrators, you can add more vehicles, you can add more customers. Okay? So it's up to you. So if I go to the admin application, I can go to the manage section, and here I can go to the cab section. I can click on add button to add a cab. Okay, where I enter the car make, like let's say Hyundai. And then I add a cab number. This is only the numeric part. Okay, save. Okay, so So this was the cap that I just added, Hyundai Eterna. Okay. So you can add any number of caps. And if I go back to the driver app, I click on cap details. I enter 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this is the cap. That's it. I can start using that cap. Okay. Now just to make sure when you change the cap, the administrator has to approve the cap change request before you start using it. Okay. So in the approval section, I see that this user has requested for a cap change. I have to accept that. Okay. So once I accept that, then driver will be able to start using it, and you have to make sure that he goes to the available state. That's it. So once you start to play around, you will realize that it's very straightforward. It's just that you are not using it, you're not used to it yet, so you are not maybe feeling much comfortable right now.
That's cool, but it just means that we need to update the sheet then, because it's a shared application between all of us. That we just carefully update the sheet and make sure that we know what we're using, not to have conflict with somebody else. That's the only thing that.
Yes, right. So the first 5 accounts have already been created and shared. You can readily start using them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Alok. Since we are ready with social media chatbot, can we go ahead with that demo as well, Alok?
Yes, social media chatbot. Let's start. Okay. So again, to give a background to everyone quickly, for the social media chatbot, we have a page created for Avaya product demo, and the concept is like customer who are looking for some products, right? They want to know information about that product for a company, or just in case of Kara, they are looking for jewelry, or in case of this one, Avaya product demo, customers are looking for Avaya products. So this is the demo where we have a bot in picture first, and then we get connected to a live agent. So I'll just refresh these users. I'll log out first. So this is the agent credentials. Okay. So agent is now in place. We have a Facebook page. Avaya product demo, and I can start chatting with Avaya product demo. Okay. So if I click on that, I can get started on this chat. I'll just show it again. So I search Avaya product demo. Okay. I clicked on that. So I can get started with that. So greetings, I'm an Avaya virtual agent. How can I help you? So I can say I am looking for Avaya products. Okay. So Avaya is the keyword here, Avaya products. So you can frame the sentence like looking for Avaya products or just Avaya products, anything, right? So I'm looking for Avaya products. So the bot will respond, I'm glad to share what's new in our world. These instructions I think are given as part of the demo sheet as well, like on what click you will get into what flow. So I'll just demonstrate this flow. So if you click on SMB Cloud Offers, I say learn more. So here I have multiple options again, unified communications, contact center applications, and phones. If I click on let's say contact center, it will open a website with contact center information for Avaya. Okay, so I'll go back, and if you click on phones specifically, it will go into the further flow. So please visit the link below to know more. If you click on this link, it will take you to the product website that we have created. Now here the same journey will continue. Whatever he had chat, whatever the user had a chat on Facebook, that flow will continue over here. So he wants to know more about phones. So let's say he says phones. Cool, please say connect me to agent to know more about the product. So I can say connect me to agent, or I can just say agent, okay? Now we have the agent application logged in over here. So now when I said agent, I got connect from the customer, I got connected to the agent, okay, connected to live agent, ask your query. Now this agent that we have over here, he will get all the context, like user came from Facebook and what choices he made. So he selected cloud offers and then he selected phones. So the agent now knows the context. Like now he says like, it seems you are looking for Avaya phones. Okay. Now the customer got this chat. Yes, I'm looking for them. So agent can like, I can show you more offers. Okay. And he can click on, let's say, audio call, click here for audio call or click here for video call. I say audio call, okay? So this call will go to the customer and he can answer the audio call, okay? And I can end this call and he can just, like customer or agent, they can also initiate a video call. So if I click on a video call from the customer side or from the agent side, that will work. So I click on video call. The agent gets the call, okay? So basically what happens here is that you can have a video call as well as an audio call. This is all powered over IP office, Avaya IP office. Okay, I'll end this call. So at the end of the call, you have to just make sure that you close the session from the customer side or from the agent side. Okay, so if you end this session over here, it will basically keep the chat so that the agent can use it for future reference temporarily after disconnecting with the customer, and at the end he can click on this end chat, close the entire chat session. Okay, so I think this is pretty much for the demo.
Excellent, Alok. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any questions?
So I can ask a question for this demo. So I don't think we have shared accounts here, right? So how are we going to manage the demo of this across the different countries?
Yeah, Hans, since we have only a single instance for the time, we will still use that Google Calendar method to book a slot, I think, which is being shared with the team across.
Okay, Tanya, but I saw you book the calendar for the full next 2 or 3 weeks, so that means nobody will be able to try this out. So we need to have a solution.
Yeah, I'll update that actually. So I just booked it for the Centrum launches, but I'll go and update that with the specific dates, of course. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we use that specific calendar just for this specific social media chatbot demo then.
Right.
All right, cool.
Okay, thank you so much, Alok. It was really great.
Yeah. And sorry, one more point I wanted to add for social media chatbot. So this bot is not live for public. So you'll have to use specific Facebook accounts to access that bot. Okay. So if you try to use Avaya product demo from your Facebook account, the bot will not reply to you because it is not live.
Yeah, got you actually. Which will be part of our demo guide, so that they can use the same account for logging in.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Thank you, Alok. Now I would like to invite Imperium team. Team, thank you so much for
Thank
waiting.
you. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mani here from Ethereum. I have Sajid also on this call. So just to start with, this the experience was building this customer engagement portal for customers. Actually, the core objective of this application is to bring business and media's or communication channels together. That was the whole objective. So we would take you through the complete experience of a customer and as well as an agent in terms of how a particular customer can actually reach an agent in a different scenarios, in different situations, and how an agent can actually perform their activities with high productivity, answering the customer's query instantly. And we have chosen a vertical for demoing this purpose, which is healthcare, which we are quite strong. So let's assume in a scenario of a patient and an agent assisting in a hospital trying to help the patient to go through the whole experience from booking an appointment till engagement with the doctor, and then the final outcome of the whole experience of this patient with its hospital. Yeah, that's going to be the whole demo today. So I'm handing over to Sajid. Sajid will just take over from the login session till end of a reporting experience of an agent as well as a patient. Yeah, go ahead, Sajid.
Thank you, Mr. Mani. Hi, good morning, everyone, and good evening for other people who are in evening time. And today actually we are going to introduce our customer engagement portal, which is actually Avaya, which is going to be inside Avaya Centrum. And today I'm going to let me share the screen now. Able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is our customer engagement portal login page. So this is we are going to show today is a pure omni-channel solution, actually bringing multiple modules, which is going to give access for a full customer journey into a single point where the agent can access the complete customer's journey through the contact center, or when they were calling from the call all the way to the entire journey to the completion. We will be
Sorry,
able,
Sajid, it looks like your voice is breaking up. Is that only me I'm having issue, or it's not the
No, I think his
garbled
voice is
voice?
breaking up.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And Shajit, I think the web browser open now is the conferencing page. You can just toggle back. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Sure. All right. So I'm just logging into the customer engagement portal. So this is the customer engagement portal dashboard, which is complete journey of a customer from the incoming call all the way complete details that he went, what is the information about, and what are the details here, and that are here.
Sorry to interrupt. Still the voice is breaking up actually.
Ms. Shah, you can come to audio then if it's coming. Yes.
Yeah, you may dial into the.
Okay, I will come to
bridge.
I will come to audio then. Right.
Yeah. Please dial into the UAE number, then you can reach out to the bridge.
Can you hear me now? Is it better?
Yeah, it's okay. Continue talking.
Guys?
Yes, please continue, Shajit. We'll let you know if it's still broken.
Okay. So this is our dashboard, which we are going to show you how the customer journey flows. So this is the contact center agent page, right, where we have multiple modules, which is actually give you all the features of the contact portal. Right?
Sorry, Sajid, so I think you must come through audio. It's difficult to understand.
I'll come back. Telephone,
yeah,
by audio he's thinking mute the video only on voice. Dial in from a phone on the local number.
All right, okay. Sure, I'll call back.
Sajid, it's 404-8364.
It's pasted in
Number.
the text. Oh, yeah. Shajid, you can find the number in the message box. I think he's not using audio.
Hello?
Yeah, yes, Mani.
Hello? Sanju, can you hear us?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
All right, can we continue with the presentation?
Yes, please, Mani, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So Sajid was explaining about our landing page in terms of the customer engagement portal. Once you log in, you have an access to the complete features directly from the dashboard itself. It gives highlights of the number of customers or the number of patients access, number of tickets the agent is actually creating, the overall call activities of the agent, and the total appointments or any particular activity that the agent is actually performing. So the first and foremost experience will be, let's assume the customer is actually requesting appointment schedule from a chatbot, which is probably initiated from a Facebook or from any kind of social media. So let's assume we have taken a case called Emirates Hospital here. So we are using Emirates Hospital chatbot as our, first experience. So can you just open the Emirates Hospital? Yeah. So this is where the Emirates Hospital, as a patient will log into the Emirates Hospital Messenger interface where they start to initiate a chat here. So say hi. Yeah. Very similar experience to our previous, demo. Now the bot is responding with what is the kind of request that I'm looking at. So it is also giving me an option of the department that I would like to fix it. So let's say ENT, I'm selecting ENT. Immediately it is giving me an option of available appointment dates, checking from the backend hospital management system, which will give me a date and time of the slot that is available. So I'm selecting a slot. Once that is selected, it will ask me the email address of the patient. We can also, fine-tune the bot to behave, to ask for the patient ID in case of an existing patient for this hospital. However, this time we are just requesting for the email ID. Once the email ID is done, the system helps the patient to book an appointment. Now, in this situation, the system can also allow the patient to connect to an agent. So we give a link from here to navigate to a channel where it can initiate a voice call or a video call directly to the agent. Let us see by clicking on call us link. Yeah, click on it or open to the other page. Open, yes. Click on it. Close that one. Yeah. So here, basically, we collect some information about the patient in terms of the numbers, just for security reasons, and then we will place a video call here. This is initiating a call between the the patient and the agent. The agent will see the information about who's the patient actually calling. So he's accepting the call here, and immediately the complete chat session with the caller information and the video channel is immediately opening up. So this will allow for the patient to communicate with the agent for further interaction about his previous records, or if he wants to transfer a file or any kind of information that is needs to be confirmed for the whole objective of this call actually. So this is the kind of experience from a social media where the patient is able to easily communicate to an agent and interact, and of course have a kind of session which will clarify the complete experience of the patient with the help of an agent interacting on the whole session. Do we have a question here? Do we have any clarification that is required on this particular experience? What do we
Great money so far, thank you.
All right, so let's continue to the next stage of it. So let's assume this patient wants to change the appointment in the same call. So we are already on a call which is established, and the agent is assisting on a experience of changing an appointment. Immediately the same application will interact with the backend hospital management system, syncing all the appointment schedules of this patient. So they can actually view the patient appointment schedules here, and then automatically from here they can add an appointment. Can you please show how do they add? From here only we can actually select the whole history about the patient and then request for a new appointment with updating all the information. We can also modify this particular screen in terms of any fields that is required additionally, but this is a basic information that we capture from the backend system. Once we update all the records in terms of the booking and address details and everything, we create a new appointment. Once the appointment is created, this will automatically update the backend HIS system. It will send an email to the patient. It will send an email to the doctor who has been scheduled for this appointment. So for this agent, they will also have a history of the appointment that they have managed for the day, and the supervisor can actually pull a report of the whole number of appointments this particular agent has booked for the day, or for the week, or for the month. So the report can be generated from the same system itself. Now assume that the appointment is fixed. Now the patient is having a situation. The next day he wants to call back the call center agent and wanted to change the or cancel the complete schedule. And when they are calling, unfortunately it's a peak hour and the patient is not able to connect. So there is an option which the IVR will give you a callback option request, or if the patient has just disconnected the call, the agent will get a notification of the callback list that has happened. So this is the list that you will see. So the moment the one of the agent is free, they will automatically view the callback list where they can see a patient was trying to reach because of the past history, and this will be immediately listed down based on the dates. You can see already, we have a list of calls that has been already listed in the callback module. From here, directly they can place a call. You can see the icon which is next to the number. They can immediately initiate a call, which will immediately connect to the patient. So this is the experience that you will have. Already we are receiving a call here. So this is an active call working live system that you are experiencing. Now just disconnect the call. Now we can actually also mention the call type here. What kind of call type you can, is this a callback call or an appointment call? You can have a list of predefined text that can be defined here, and make a content here and then save the call. So automatically the patient will have an experience of a call being dropped and immediately a service being offered to them with using our callback module. Now if the patient is interested on a survey, on this active call only, they can participate on a survey. This list of survey questions are again predefined. It can be based on the call type actually. For example, if the call type is appointment, this particular survey questions will change. So based on the call type which is selected, the survey can automatically change. A separate survey template module is available here, which will allow the the supervisor to actually predefine templates here. Let me go to the templates name. So from here you will be able to actually create a template, see the status of the template which has been created already, and it will also allow to access the output of the template, how many patients participated on the survey, what was the feedback, positive, negative, all this information can be accessed from the same portal itself. This will also give a immense information about how the patient was actually responding in terms of the whole experience. So the complete template, there are multiple templates that you can create here. So you can create a new template, and this can be published through a web link, or it can be broadcasted through an SMS link as well. So I was mentioning about a patient experience on a callback. For example, if an appointment is fixed, now let's assume that agent wants to set a reminder or send a message through SMS. again, the same application will allow the agent to actually finish the call, which can be a backup activity, post-call activity. They can actually select the patient phone number, select the language, and then a predefined template is available. So all of these information can actually be defined here. If it is an appointment SMS, it can be an appointment SMS, or if it is going to be some kind of a survey link that we want to do, all of this can be enabled or it can be done through this module. So the template is selected, and once you send the SMS, it will automatically broadcast the SMS to the patient actually. Yeah, so this is where we control all the media channels in terms of a single interface where we'll be controlling all the media channels. Now, there's one more scenario which I wanted to highlight here, which is the consultation room, which will allow, let's say, for example, the patient is trying to reach the hospital and he's not able to reach the hospital, and he's calling, the agent to see if there is any support that can be extended. So this video consultation room for that particular schedule of an appointment with the doctor can be enabled if the patient wants to do the consultation through a remote location or from their home. This can also be scheduled. So what we are currently doing is creating a schedule right now with the time and the patient email ID. So once you select the doctor that will be participating on this particular session and send the request. So automatically an email will be generated which will share a link to the patient, which can you open the email, and the email is sent. So yeah. Open the previous one. Yeah, so we have received this email where it will, using this email they can actually connect directly to the video conferencing bridge. It will automatically join here. So this will allow the patients and the doctor and a consultant to actually be a part of the same video conferencing session to do the consultation. Yeah, and also we would like to show you some experience about the survey, link that will be shared. You want to show that as well? Yeah. So enter on the consultation. So this is a multi-party, conferencing platform which will allow the doctors and patients to join into a single room. Yeah.
I had a question in between.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so the calls that you are showing right now between customer and agent that you first showed, that was over IP office or it was over Breeze?
Which one you're talking about? The video consulting?
Before the consultation, the first call at the start of the demo. The video call.
That is a WebRTC. That is a WebRTC session going through IP office.
Okay, okay. And how? So, do you have a dedicated extension for the customer?
No, we don't have a dedicated extension. That is the experience that we are showing here. Okay. Go to the portal. What here actually happens in the background is the moment the customer starts entering the extension. For example, can you click on this link? Now I'm starting to enter my information here. My system in the backend is getting ready to look for the free extension and is doing the registration.
Okay, got it.
So there is a logic. There is a logic behind. If someone is going to, this is our click-to-call service. What will happen is on the portal when you enable this widget, what happens is it doesn't take any fixed extension.
Okay, got it.
So what will happen? Yeah, in the back end it will keep an extension fee. So we don't have to block an extension. Let's say, for example, 100 people are logging in. It doesn't mean that we have to block 100 extensions.
Okay, so but you will have to maintain a free pool of extensions for IP office in the background.
Very much. So we expect the customer to give us a feedback. How many channels you want to enable on the click-to-call engine? So accordingly, the channels will be blocked on the IP office server.
Okay, great.
So yeah, so we can also restrict the channel as voice or video. We don't have to enable both. Just for demo purpose, we have enabled both, just to ensure that we are not blocking the bandwidth. Let's say if the traffic is very high, this will also have a impact on the voice clarity or the video clarity. So it is always after initiating a call, if a customer is requesting for a video session, that can be enabled in the chat session actually. However, our objective is to ensure customer is trying to reach an agent without any number or without any kind of dependency on a PSTN trunk. That's the objective.
Okay. And how does the customer know which agent to connect to? Do you have a routing?
We do the routing, ACD routing through the system itself, which will also point to the previous agent. For example, I've been interacting to a particular agent. This will screen pop all the information about the patient who's calling. That's the reason I was mentioning. If, for example, this is for a particular vertical, I can even populate the, let's say, patient ID. I can even ask for a patient ID information. So I'll be very specific that I'm going to pull the information about the particular agent before the agent answers the call.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
Any other questions? Yeah. Okay. Now there's one more tool which I wanted to emphasize here. This agent will also have a service request or a ticketing system that is available, which will help the agent to actually create a ticket on a patient's request. For example, a patient is calling in and they wanted to open up a ticket with a lab services. So the service request module will help the agent to actually create a ticket and assign a ticket to a particular department. Let's say, for example, I am the patient. I'm calling the call center requesting for my lab reports. So I can open a ticket and create a ticket with all the information about the patient, assign this ticket to the laboratory actually. So the moment I assign the ticket to the laboratory team will receive an email with a link about to update the status of it. So in the same link, they can also attach the file. And once they attach the laboratory whatever related document that is required by the patient and update the records, it will automatically update the service request here, and the status will be open until this ticket has been closed by the lab team. So it is a complete full blown up ticketing system that will enable the patient to create their activities in a proper way and then finally see their performance review as well. So there is a ticketing module which is also a part of the whole system. And if you see the customer view, we have a 360 view of the customer here, which is talking to different applications, hospital management or the CRM. So it's a complete view of the customer actually. You'll see histories about their call activities. You can also interface with this particular system is interfaced with the backend Oracle engine, which is Oracle Finance. So this is a kind of a single desktop or single view of the 360 view of the customer, which is populating information from different applications. So once you search the customer, from here only you can see the ticket history of the customer. Here only you can actually create a ticket for the customer. So it gives you complete access from any perspective. You will be able to access all the features of this application. So that's the key strength of this application. So the agent performance will immediately increase using this application. There's one more interesting thing I wanted to show you here about the, you can go to the dashboard. Yeah. So I'm going to show you the history about the calls that we received. So let's say, for example, even today, if you see, these are the calls that has been received. Now you can see here already the call types. So you can actually see calls coming from Facebook, calls coming from the web, calls coming from a traditional, trunk lines also. So the agent can actually take a report of how many calls I received from which geographical region. So the CMS can be very strong here in terms of what is my customer behavior, which channel they are actually using to communicate with the call center. That will really help the call center supervisor and the management to take a call. This is the channel that I need to focus. So we can give a detailed report of how this behavior of customers is going on. Yeah, and the same can be, of course, downloaded into a different format. We can also update the, information to a HRMS or a CRM or in the backend application. Sorry, is there any clarifications on this particular part? Any questions?
It's cool money so far, thanks.
Yeah. So the last channel that I wanted to introduce is the Facebook. This will allow the agent to actually interact with or tweet or do any kind of activities with the Facebook. So the agent doesn't have to maneuver between the social media channel and the customer engagement portal. So you have an interface where you'll be able to look at the posting that is available, comments that is available, or if we have to respond to the same comments immediately, all of the control will be available with the same interface here. So this gives a holistic view in terms of all the customer engagement channel. It is not only social media, not only SMS, or not only voice, traditional voice. It is a complete, multi or omni-channel interface for the agent as well as for the patient. Yeah. So that's all about it. Of course, there is a interface for a dial pad where the agent actually can use this interface as a telephone extension, where they'll be able to do calls out, reach an extension. So it's completely if an agent is working on a remote location. Sorry, there is a lot of. Sorry, it was cracking the back. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mani.
So this gives a complete control for the agent in terms of voice and multimedia channels, and the same experience for the patient or the customers. So we are going to open up a lot of channels to the customers so that it makes their life easier in terms of reaching the help desk and get a better service action. That's it from our side. Let us know if there is any questions, if there is any clarification that is required.
Great, Mani.
Thank you so much, Mani. It was very helpful.
And Mani, this can fit into sit on top of any contact center applications, right? IPOCC or ACCS.
Yeah, very much. So that is one important element that we are enabling. For example, a normal IP telephony or UC user can also become an agent, once they are ready, so that they will join the ACD. So automatically, when they join the ACD, they will start receiving the calls. So that's the whole, feature that we are expecting. That currently we are working on ACCS, but it is already available on IPOCC.
Can we, Mani, a question? Can we initiate a request in here to pick up a patient, for example, through ambulance, and use the fleet management system for managing ambulances?
Yes. See, basically, as I told you, this application is a central hub. So interfacing with any kind of application is possible. Already we have integrated with most of the leading vendors like Microsoft, Salesforce, Zoho. So you name the application, we have already, we have integrated already. So I'm sure fleet management should be an add-on, or it can be a value add in terms of integrating. So we can also show certain information on our desktop, where is this particular ambulance service is available, or if it is not available, or it is booked or not booked. All these can also be enabled. Very much.
Great. Thank you, Mani.
Yeah. In fact, we have enabled that service for a company here called RMSI. I think Sanju is aware of this. We have a customer already doing this service using this application for our ambulance services.
Just one point, team, I'd like to drive here is that do not consider this application only as a specific to healthcare. For that matter, even the social media with Chatbot, which we've seen in the previous scenario from Alok, as well as fleet management. So now here, again, there are unlimited use cases you can develop, especially depending upon the customer who you're going to see, which vertical you're going to see them from. So options are limitless basically. So try not to restrict the story to healthcare alone itself. So use the same story for other verticals. It could be insurance, it could be maybe hotel management, all those other verticals. And the good thing is that rather than having a complete package, which let's say was presented, customer can pick and choose the packages as individual components or all in one. So it's either a la carte or all in one. Both options are available. So you can mention these points during your demo.
Yeah, good point, Sumit. And I think to the team, we will be presenting vertical-based packages as a part of Centrum program. So when we present the packages to you, you will see that the application which I presented today here in the demo, these will be used in a variety of verticals. Plus, there are more applications which you will see in the presentations. You're not seeing the demo today. Hopefully in the future, we might be able to show you the demos of the other applications. So the Centrum packages are not limited to the applications you are seeing today. The applications you're seeing today are very impressive, and I'm sure you will be excited to see that there is something really creative, exciting coming now to us. We've been selling the traditional products so far, the regular UC and CC and so on, but we have a lot more exciting and very useful applications now available for various verticals, and you will see several more applications when we will be presenting those packages to you, and it will make it easier for you to imagine what other applications you can combine to provide a solution to any vertical customer. And those things will come, and we'll set up a call with you once again to show you the other packages which can be produced using these and the other applications.
Okay, question from now. On the demo side, right? So how are we going to share this demo?
Yeah, I was about to come there, Hans. So we do have multiple instances enabled on this demo. So Shajid, if you can share the information related to multiple instances.
That's right.
Okay, so that means we're going to put up a calendar and then share those calendars to the team so we can book our slots for testing and trialing and demoing.
Hans, can you, are you able to see the screen, Hans?
Yes, I can see it. Yes.
Yeah, so this will be your experience for a demo center actually. Sajid will explain.
So what we are doing here is actually like we are creating multiple IDs. So we'll be having multiple demo centers actually. So these demo centers will be given with individual credentials. So and if you are booking through the Avaya demo center, and we will be having these links where the customer engagement portal access with the particular password and together with the demo center, and there will be extension numbers will be assigned for that particular demo center. So wherever you are in overseas, actually you will be able to have a particular number to dial in and dial out, and from there actually you will be able to access the whole entire solution. And for the Facebook chat, actually like currently is not in public, so we will be enabled to public actually, and either actually we can give it for anyone actually who can go and actually search for MS Hospital Chatbot. They'll be able to get into the chatbot and they can go for a trial.
Perfect. So this will be shared with us then shortly, I hope. The access details, I mean.
I'm sorry.
Access details, Shajid. The demo guide.
Okay. Yeah, we have already prepared the demo guide, and we will share it. We will share it shortly. Actually, post this meeting. So we are actually like getting the whole information with individual email IDs and individual login details. Something very similar to this. So if you click into the demo center, they will be able to access the demo center with the login credentials, and they will be able to go into and they will be able to start the demo. Right, with a particular password and the extension numbers for the particular demo.
Okay, perfect. Oh, okay, then just another question, because this looks like a very powerful option with a lot of integration. So I think for us as SEs, we need a bit more technical background. I mean, to do a demo is one thing. I think the demo guys will be able to do so, but to really be able to explain to partners, what the options are, what is required, I think we need a bit more technical background, like the questions that Alec was asking. How does this work exactly in the background? What kind of integrations are required, so we can understand, what questions to ask to partners or customers if they want to use it, and what the limitations are as well. So I think it would be good to have at least a good technical description, or maybe even a session to explain the technical details behind it, so we understand what's happening in the background.
Sure, Hans. The document that we are preparing is really elaborate in terms of every feature list and how technically it is getting delivered. So I hope that will really help. But in case if we have challenges, of course, we wanted to have one resource for demo purpose on standby, and if it is on a prior notice, we will ensure for the initial demos we have this resource available for your service.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Mani, sometimes, actually a lot of times we get question about post-sale support. So can you tell a little bit about post-sale support for these packages?
Yeah, at this point of time, we have a 24/7 help desk that is available only for our products and services, which is already active and live. And this is currently being served from UAE and from Chennai, which is serving Asia Pacific and Middle East. So this is a 24/7 support service that is available. The moment a ticket is raised, automatically they will have the response within 30 minutes, and then based on the skill set, the ticket will be assigned and be taken up. Yeah.
Great. Mani, and I assume these can be deployed remotely, yeah? So you don't have to send an engineer on site if there is a deployment in a different country, yeah?
Yeah, most of our implementations today are happening remotely, and especially for Asia Pacific region, the complete deployment is happening remotely from Chennai, from India.
And this can also be deployed over cloud. So if you have a cloud customer and customer needs this kind of solution, it can be given over cloud, right? And on a monthly fee type.
The application is already cloud ready, and of course, we can say yes for that. And of course, it depends upon the region again. So at this point of time, it is available for Asia Pacific and Middle East. So if it is other regions, yeah, we need to see how we are going to host it, because again, hosting differs from location to location, Khalid. But at this point of time, it is available for Asia Pacific and Middle East.
Right, but at least your application is cloud ready. Technically, you can do it.
Absolutely, technically cloud ready. Yes, very much.
Okay, great.
One more question, Mani. Typically, frequently we get asked from especially the Europe region, where localization becomes a key while positioning or promoting these packages. So what would be your feedback on that? Are these packages open to localization?
Yeah, Sumit, as I was mentioning earlier, so the predefined text can be actually localized. But for example, if a customer requires further customization, as this application involves quite a lot of customization beyond one point, so that is where we need to look at. But for example, Arabic, it's very simple for us to do it. So there is a limit in terms of localization that is available at this point of time. But when it comes to localization, we need to take it case by case specifically, or we need to plan that. Okay, these are the priorities, and we need to work on those priorities. So we can prepare a road plan on that. If you have priorities about a particular language and we want that to be addressed immediately, yeah, we can work. So that's the road plan that we should plan.
Great, thanks, Mani.
Yeah. Any other questions, Khalid? Sanju? Hans?
No, Mani. Thank you so much for these insights. Team, thank you so much for your time. I think it was well informative. Hopefully we can replicate these demo sessions during these launch events, and then if you have any clarification needed, or if you need any assistance on or let us know. Thank you so much. I think we can wind up the call.
Thanks, Thanks everyone.
Thank you, team. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.